All right, class. Welcome to spelling lesson 31. Make sure that as you're going through that you have all your workbook pages in. We're going to do 3 pages again this week. The workbook pages that we are doing this week are 121, 122, and 123. So page 121, 122, and 123. So those are the pages that we will be doing this week. We'll begin doing 1 page per day, like we did last week. I liked how that worked. What you'll again do, you'll do everything in the workbook. This is the actual workbook page that you see. And so I'll read through the directions with you, kind of go through, but what I will do is I will put page 122, question number 1. Page 122, question number 2. Question number 3. Number 4. And you will so forth. You will put the answer on the computer just like you did before. But again, do it here first. All the way through. And that's how we're going to do each section. Alright, so with this, it says write the pattern words to complete the exercise. Sort the frequently misspelled words accordingly to their pronunciation. So what you got to do is they're not going to fool you. The key part is to look what the word starts with. And then what you're going to want to do is that I'm going to just put the first one up there for you very carefully. Is I'm going to put it right here up so you can see it. Oop, maybe you can't see it. Let me kind of do some pulling over here. And down. All right, getting closer, getting closer. And boop, 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 boop. So hard to make this work sometimes. Anyway, here it is. Number 1, here is the pronunciation of it. Number 1, here's the pronunciation, and the word that goes with it is privilege. So what you would write on number 1 is you would write out the word privilege. P-R-I-V-I-L-E-G-E. All right, privilege. That would be the answer to number 1. Again, your answer to find the pronunciation key, you got to go to the back of your spelling book to do that. So make sure you're going there. All right, going on, moving on to the next one. So let me set this back up. So you can see, here it is, and I'll do it completely. I looked in the back of the book, just like I just showed you, and I would write it on the blank. P-R-I-V-I-L-E-G-E. That's what I did in my book. Transfer the answer to the computer. Spelled correctly. Many of you misspelled words on the computer, missed a point. There's 2 points. This is worth 2 points. 1 point for the correct spelling, 1 point for the word. So please pay attention to your spelling. All right, that is section 1. Bouncing down to section 2. It says write content words to complete each exercise. All right, so I will again type out the directions in there, write out the content words, complete the exercise. Number 13, and I'll say, and I may say 13, I won't give you the first letter because it's already given there for you in the blank. But again, you would look at number 13, you would find it in the book, and then you would fill out here, the word is, the sport of golf requires accuracy. All right, you write it out in your spelling book, and then again, on the computer, you would write out for 13, accuracy. Okay, and it'll be very obvious when you do that. All right, that is page 121. That's the entire for that section. Going to 122. 122. This is the vocabulary page. I will be doing the vocabulary just like I did before. I will have you first write out on your computer and in the book. You write out the vocabulary words in alphabetical order. So in fact, what I'm going to do, since that's a given each week, I'm going to give you the words how I want them written out, so there's no doubt. The book didn't even do them alphabetical this time, did they? Oh yes, they did. How about that? Last time they didn't. So here we go. Number 1, we have dignity. Or excuse me, dignify. When we have dignity. So nobody should miss the order, because this is just copying your vocabulary words down. Sociable, and then society. So that should be 8 points right away. You get it right, because it's a point for spelling, and then put them in the correct order. If you put them in this order, the computer will give you a correct symbol. All right, then after getting the words, you're going to basically define them. Make sure you're keeping track of these, because you're going to write them out again at the end when we come to the next vocab test. So again, so here is the words that go here. You say it, so refer to the table, complete the sentence, write the words that is being defined, a state of being worthy, self-respected. I'm not going to tell you this one, because I gave you those 4. So again, but the numbers will match with the word that it needs to go in the blank. All right, moving down. On the bottom part, write the vocabulary that completes the sentence. Author joined a golf club that was a big part of local blank. All right, so local blank. So I look at that when I'm doing that portion. I have a look for local, a part of local society. All right. So I have society in the blank. All right, society, and so on number 9 on the computer, I expect to see the word society. Again, not hard. All right, that is page 122. Go to page 123, which is this fine page. I'll clean the board up a little bit. Pause, cast. All right, now page 123, the last page. I paused it there just so I could clean up the board, and you didn't have to wait for me to do that. The next section we're talking about is idioms. Idioms are a fun way to talk about everyday things. Write the list word that is suggested by each idiom in the sentence. When someone gives you a pat on the back, he or she is offering their what? So the idiom reflection here is a pat on the back. And so what you're looking for is a word that means pat on the back. In other words, telling them good job. What are they doing when they say good job? So you look at the list, and the word that you should come up with is congratulations. So the answer for this page, number 1 is congratulations. Make sure Mr. White spells it right. Practice what he preaches. Congratulations. That's the first one. So again, you want to make sure that you are putting in the correct word with the idiom. What I'm going to do with you, kind of help you on one more, but I'm not going to give the answer. If you turn beet red, you are blank, okay? Beet red is part of the idiom. All right, so if you turn beet red, what does that mean? Okay, and then you have the next one. If you always hang in there, there's another one. If someone is a social butterfly, then what is that person? So those are all idioms that you're trying to identify what they are. All right, now, number 5, and I'm going to kind of erase that and move things over, because there's a couple of them that have 2 choices. So I'm going to slide this just a little bit over so you can see the numbers. And again, you're going to, like the first one is congratulations, that was number 1. Again, that's how you type it on the computer. But take a look at number 5. Let me make sure here, number 5 and number 7, they have 2 answers possible. Or 2 choices, two choices. Okay, because that's what I just looked at it. So there will be 2 choices of words. So on the computer, how would you do that? I'm going to put a place in where there's a first and second answer. Don't panic if you get it still marked wrong. You know how the computer is. So put what you think it is of one of the 2 answers, and I will double check everything like I usually do. Okay, so 2 choices there, and number 7 has 2 choices. Okay? So again, that's what you have. Two choices for those answers. There's two possibilities. All right. Hope there's no questions with that. If there are, give me a jingle. All right. With that in mind, now I'm going to slide it up for the last section. Okay. Now the last section, it says number each word in alphabetical order. Right here, number each word in alphabetical order. Write the words in the order that you numbered. All right, so now what that basically means is this. You're going to do this part in your book, numbering, put a number in front. All right, so if I take a look, for example, definitely is number 1. Definitely is your first word. All right, so that means since definitely is my first word, now none of this will go on the computer part, but writing the words out will go on the computer. So that means number 8, starting off with the blank number 8 there, since this is the word that came first, you are going to write out the word definitely on the blank. First step is alphabetize. Second step is as you alphabetize, make sure whatever 2 goes on number 9 blank, 3 goes on number 10 blank, etc. So you will need to make sure you put the correct number, put them in proper alphabetical order. Okay, so as we're going through those. Now, I feel nice. The second one, dignity. So dignity goes on the second blank. Spelled correctly. 1 point for the word, 1 point for the correct spelling. Okay? Now, that is how you do it. But again, this part you won't see on the computer. This is for see in the book. You're doing the book workbook pages first. This is in the workbook, 8 through 19. All right, with that in mind, that is spelling for this week. You have 3 pages, 121, 122, 123. You have a final test on Thursday. There is no vocab test this week. And then, again, if you have questions, feel free. Do not forget your chat groups. And so make sure you're there. And we will get started in Bible in the chat group. So hope everything goes well. See you tomorrow.